Restaurants across the country are trying to find ways to address soaring beef prices while keeping customers at their tables. With America's cattle inventory at its lowest level since the 1950s, restaurants that specialize in steaks are having to pass along those added costs to customers, according to a new report from the New York Times. The continued climb in prices forced at least one family-owned steakhouse to declare a code red. Joining us now is the author of this report, Julie Creswell. She's a business reporter covering the food industry for the New York Times. So, Julie, restaurants, they often work under small margins anyway, and you write December is usually the biggest month of the year for them. Holiday parties, family outings. What's been the impact of these soaring prices?
They have a couple of different options, right? I think when you're looking at some of the higher end restaurants that have a sort of a higher income clientele, they've been able to raise prices and pass along sort of a lot of their increased costs. When you start to look at some of the mid-priced restaurants that maybe cater to a little lower income, a little more middle income consumer, you're seeing those raise prices a little bit, but they're eating a lot more of the cost. So their margins are going down, their profits are going down.
And so despite the rise in prices, the U.S. Department of Agriculture projected in August that the amount of burgers and steaks Americans consume this year was only slightly lower than last year. What does that say?
Americans love their beef. Americans are still eating the burgers and the steaks despite the high prices.
What did the businesses and people you spoke with say about the long-term impact if prices continue to stay this high in the long term?
Most of the people that I spoke to do not expect any sort of decline in prices next year. It's going to take a year or two to rebuild our cattle herd in this country. And so for a while here, burgers and steaks are going to stay pretty expensive for everyone.
All right, Julie Criswell, thank you.
Thank you.